In 2025, there's no one coming to save you. That's the brutal truth. No miracle, no shortcut, no secret formula. Just you, your willpower, your discipline, your fire. You owe it to yourself to stop waiting for the right moment, the right people, the perfect mood. Life doesn't operate on your schedule of comfort. It operates on pressure, chaos, and decisions. You either shape your destiny or become a product of other people's priorities. Every time you hit snooze, every time you procrastinate, every time you lie to yourself about trying, you're robbing your future. This year is not about what the world owes you. It's about what you owe to you. You owe it to the younger version of yourself who dreamed without limits. You owe it to the nights you cried in silence and told yourself, one day. That one day is today. The clock won't slow down because you're tired. The opportunities won't knock again because you ignored them the first time. Life rewards the obsessed, the relentless, the unbreakable. If you're not where you want to be right now, it's not because you're not talented. It's because you stopped pushing when things got hard. Get up. Wipe the excuses off your face and face yourself in the mirror. That reflection isn't your enemy. It's your accountability partner. Stop comparing your path with others. Your only competition is who you were yesterday. Success doesn't care if your family doubted you. Growth doesn't wait for applause. Your pain is not a punishment. It's a message. It's trying to wake you up and remind you you have more in you. Every moment you waste scrolling, complaining, gossiping, that's energy you could have invested into your grind. People will doubt you. Let them. People will laugh. Let them, because while they're sleeping on you, you'll be building in silence. When the noise dies, your results will speak so loudly they won't be able to ignore you. There's no privilege greater than being underestimated. It gives you the power of surprise, the freedom to grow without pressure, the fire to prove everyone wrong. But don't just grind for revenge. Grind because you owe it to you. The person you become through discipline, through self-respect, through commitment, that's the real win. When you walk into a room, you want your energy to speak before your words do. You want your presence to scream, this person doesn't quit. That can only happen when you become obsessed with leveling up every day. Being motivated is a feeling. Being committed is a decision. You won't feel like working every day. Do it anyway. You won't see results immediately. Keep going anyway. You won't always be supported. Move forward anyway. It's easy to hustle when you're inspired. True greatness is forged when no one is watching, when no one claps, when the weights feel heavy, when your body screams stop, but your mind whispers just one more. David Goggins didn't become a beast by listening to his feelings. He became one by mastering his mind. You don't grow by choosing comfort. You grow by walking willingly into the storm and finding out you can handle more than you ever thought. In 2025, you owe it to yourself to stop living on potential. Start living on purpose. Every single day is a gift. Every sunrise is a chance to rewrite your story. You're not stuck. You're just scared. Scared to fail. Scared to be seen trying. Scared to disappoint others. But what about disappointing yourself? What about waking up 5 years from now realizing you settled? If you don't build your dreams, someone will hire you to build theirs. You're not meant to play small. You're not here to merely survive the week, collect paychecks, and die unnoticed. You're here to be legendary. And legend begins with self-respect. Respect your time, respect your body, respect your word. You said you were going to get fit, then move. You said you were going to launch the business, then start. You said you were going to heal, then stop running and face the pain. No more negotiations with laziness. No more romanticizing distractions. Discipline is love in action. It's you saying to your future self, I've got your back. You can't control the world, but you can control your response. You can control your grind. You can control whether you keep the promise you made to yourself. And when you do, brick by brick, the world starts to change. Not because the world changed, but because you did. It's your time now. Don't wait for a sign. Be the sign. Don't wait for motivation. Be the source. Don't seek validation. Validate yourself. You owe it to you. Every second you're alive in 2025 is a privilege denied to millions. You're here, breathing, capable, and yet some part of you still hesitates to give life everything you've got. Why? Because it's hard? Because it hurts? Growth is supposed to hurt. Every great achievement is born from discomfort. You're not losing when you struggle. You're evolving. Pressure isn't the enemy. Pressure is the sculptor, chiseling the weak out of you until all that remains is the unbreakable version you were meant to become. You say you want it, then act like it. Wanting is cheap. Everybody wants success, respect, happiness, but wanting doesn't change your life. What changes your life is the sacrifice you're willing to make to earn it. Late nights, early mornings, saying no to easy pleasures, showing up when you're tired, doing the work when no one's watching. That's the cost. That's the rent you pay to be great. And that rent is due daily. 2025 isn't your restart button. It's your proving ground. It's the year to stop playing mental games with. Hate yourself. You've got goals. Write them down, then attack them like your life depends on it, because it does. Your mindset is your GPS. If it's programmed with doubt, excuses, fear, you'll always end up lost. But if it's locked in with purpose, grit, and urgency, there's no detour that can break you. The road might get rough, but you'll never question the destination. You owe it to yourself to feel pain this year, not the pain of regret, but the pain of discipline. One will build you, the other will bury you. Which one are you choosing today? Because that choice, repeated daily, determines your trajectory. Your potential doesn't care how you feel. Your dreams don't respond to your mood. They respond to action. Ruthless, deliberate action. Some days you'll feel alone. Some days you'll feel invisible. But that's the cost of growth. You have to walk through the shadows to earn the spotlight. Forget what they told you. You don't need permission. You don't need approval. You don't need someone to validate your vision. What you need is obsession. The kind of obsession that keeps you up at night working when others sleep. The kind that makes people think you've lost your mind. That's the level you need to operate on if you want to rise above the noise. Mediocrity hates obsession. That's why they mock you when you start. But keep going. Soon they'll ask you how you did it. Some of you are hiding behind potential. It's time to stop. Potential means nothing without execution. You've been telling yourself, I could be great, but when? Next year? After someone believes in you? No. Now. Start acting like your time is limited, because it is. Life doesn't send reminders. It doesn't care if you're tired. It doesn't care if you're overwhelmed. It rewards those who show up anyway, who show up scared, who show up broken, who show up bleeding, show up for yourself like you'd show up for someone you love, because you are someone you should love. Your self-worth is not a currency others get to decide. It's defined by your actions, your standards, your effort. You want to raise your value, raise your standards, raise your expectations, raise your effort. No more low-level living, no more friendships built on distraction, no more habits built on survival. You're not here just to exist. You're here to lead, to dominate, to rise. And that kind of life is not handed out. It's earned through blood, sweat, repetition, and unshakable self-belief. You've got to learn to be your own hero. Nobody's coming to fix it for you. Nobody's coming to push you out of bed. Nobody's going to hold your hand through the grind. And nobody should, because when you earn it alone, you own it fully. And when you own it, no one can take it from you. That's the kind of freedom that comes from discipline, the kind of power that's built when you stop being a slave to your feelings and start being a master of your actions. This year, when doubt creeps in, and it will, you don't negotiate with it, you destroy it. You remind it who you are. You're the product of every storm you've survived. Every scar has made you sharper. Every setback has added fuel. You're not fragile, you're forged. And now it's time to go to war with your comfort zone. Your goals are not waiting for you to feel ready. Readiness is a lie. Action creates readiness. Confidence isn't something you wait for. It's something you build, rep by rep, choice by choice. If you're still breathing, you're still in the game. But don't confuse being alive with living. Living requires intention. Living requires risk. It means betting on yourself every single day. Betting that you can change, that you can grow, that you can become the person you were always capable of being. And the moment you stop waiting for someone to choose you and choose yourself instead, that's the moment everything changes. You owe it to yourself to fight, to struggle, to bleed. Because within the suffering is your strength. Within the struggle is your story. And that story is not finished. Not yet. You've still got chapters to write. And if you commit to yourself, if you refuse to quit, if you show up for your life every single day with fire in your eyes, 2025 will not break you. It will become the year that made you. There's a version of you out there that's powerful beyond belief. That version doesn't fold under pressure. That version doesn't make excuses. That version doesn't look for the easy way out. It digs deep. It stands tall. It keeps going long after most have quit. But here's the truth. You don't just wake up as that version. You earn it. You fight for it. Every decision you make, every habit you commit to, every voice you silence in your head, those are the bricks that build that version of you. 2025 is not your playground. It's your battlefield. It's the arena where your potential and your discipline go head to head. One will win. The question is, are you ready to fight for the version of you that doesn't give up? Or are you going to let another year slip by, filled with excuses, masked as reasons? The world is already filled with people who almost did something. Don't be another almost. Be the person who actually did, who showed up, who suffered, who sacrificed, who succeeded. Everyone wants the glory, but nobody wants the grind. You can't shortcut character. You can't fake consistency. You can't pretend to be unstoppable. You become unstoppable through repetition, through late nights and early mornings, through the tears you don't talk about and the doubts you refuse to feed. This is the year you outwork your doubt, the year you silence the noise, not by talking about your goals, but by becoming so consistent that even your haters become silent. The gym isn't just a place for your body, it's the training ground for your mind. Every drop of sweat, every rep, every mile, it's you telling yourself, I keep promises to me. The job you hate, let it fuel you to build something of your own. The heartbreak you carry, let it remind you of your worth. The anxiety that paralyzes you, let it become your fire. Transform your pain into purpose, your trauma into triumph. Nobody else can do that for you. And that's the beauty of it. It's all on you. People won't believe in you until they see results. That's okay. Believe in yourself so much that you don't need their validation. Because when the lights go off, when the motivation fades, it's not their opinion that gets you up. It's your discipline. Make it your mission this year to become mentally bulletproof, because talent fades, looks fade, motivation fades. But mindset, that's your armor. Build it stronger than your excuses. You want peace? Then you have to earn it. You want freedom? You have to earn it. And the currency isn't money, it's sweat, discipline, pain, sacrifice, consistency. Freedom is not a luxury, it's the reward for the ones who did the work when it wasn't convenient, the ones who got up after life punched them in the mouth, the ones who had every reason to quit but didn't. You don't become strong in ideal conditions. You become strong when life breaks you and you rebuild yourself out of the pieces. You owe it to you to take back your power. Stop giving it away to fear. Stop handing it to doubt. Stop feeding it to people who don't even believe in themselves. Cut out the noise. Cut out the distractions. If they don't support your growth, they don't deserve your energy. You don't need everyone to understand your journey. You just need to walk it anyway. Sometimes silence is the loudest statement. Let your actions roar so loudly that the world has no choice but to notice. The problem isn't that life is unfair. The problem is that most people don't take control of what is in their hands. Your attitude, your habits, your time, your effort. If you can control those four, you don't need perfect conditions. You create them. There will never be a perfect time. The stars won't align. The universe won't send you a signal. It's on you to take the first step, and then the next, and then the next, until one day, the distance between who you were and who you've become is so massive, you won't even recognize the old you. In 2025, burn the bridges that lead back to your excuses. Cut ties with the version of you that doubts everything. That person had their time. Their era is over. This is the era of execution, of resilience, of grit. You're not soft, you're not weak, you're not broken. You're a warrior that's been sleeping for too long. It's time to wake up, time to unleash the beast. The world isn't going to hand you a crown. You have to build it with your own two hands, wear it with your own two scars, and defend it with your own two fists. There are moments in life where you can't afford to be average anymore. This is that moment. You've been playing it safe, hiding behind fear, shrinking to fit into rooms you've outgrown. Stop it. This is the year you make your move. This is the year you stop explaining yourself. You don't owe anyone an explanation for why you're grinding harder, cutting off distractions, getting your body right, feeding your mind, building your empire. You owe it to you. You owe it to the pain you've survived. You owe it to the vision you've seen in your dreams every night. The goal isn't to impress others. The goal is to become undeniable, not because you're loud, but because your consistency leaves no room for debate. You're not just chasing greatness, you're building it day by day, rep by rep. And when 2025 ends, you'll look in the mirror and see a version of you that didn't fold, didn't run, didn't compromise. You'll see a version of you that finally kept the promise to rise,